Have you ever seen your dog licking the air for no reason? Or running in circles like they're chasing ghosts? For many pet parents, these behaviors just seem weird, maybe even funny. But the truth is, they mean something. Every movement, every glance, every strange action your dog makes is saying something. An emotion, a request, a feeling. And once you learn to listen with your heart, your connection will never be the same. 1. Digging the bed before sleeping. When your dog digs at the bed or couch before lying down, they're repeating an ancient behavior. Wolves and wild dogs did this to make their resting spot more comfortable and secure. Digging helped regulate ground temperature, keep bugs away, and mark the area with their scent. Even in a cozy home, your dog still carries this instinct. It's not just about getting comfy, it's about feeling safe and in control of their space. Beyond instinct, this behavior can also reflect emotional needs. Dogs who frequently scratch or dig at their bed may be trying to ease anxiety, wind down after a stimulating day, or fix the area to feel better. Pay attention. If it goes on for too long or your dog seems restless, it could be a sign that they're having trouble calming down. In that case, more than a bedtime ritual, it might be an emotional need asking to be seen. 2. Licking the air. Licking the air isn't something we humans do, so it might look strange when a dog does it repeatedly. But for dogs, it can have several emotional meanings. In many cases, it's a way to self-soothe. Air licking can act like an emotional exhale, especially during stressful moments. It can also be a subtle way of asking for something, like attention or affection, especially if they've noticed you respond when they do it. There's also a physical side to consider, like mild nausea or oral discomfort. But if your dog is healthy and this behavior happens in specific moments, like after being scolded or when there's a loud noise, it's likely stress-related. It's as if they're saying, "I don't know what to do, so I'll lick the air." Watching when and where it happens can help you understand what's emotionally triggering them. 3. Running in circles. Watching a dog run in circles might make you laugh, but there's more going on than meets the eye. Sometimes it's just a burst of pent-up energy. Your dog might be happy, excited, or trying to play on their own. But if it happens often, without a clear reason, it could be a way for them to emotionally self-regulate. It's like they're trying to organize their thoughts and feelings through repetitive motion. This can also happen when a dog isn't getting enough physical or mental stimulation. Bored or lonely dogs often create their own ways to deal with frustration, and running in circles is one of them. In more extreme cases, it might even point to compulsive behavior. That's why it's important to pay attention to how often and how intensely they do it. It might not just be silliness, it could be a silent call for help. 4. Rubbing their face on the floor or furniture. When a dog rubs their face on the carpet, walls, or furniture, your first thought might be that they're just scratching an itch. And sometimes that's true, especially if there's skin irritation or something bothering their ears. But there's also an emotional layer to this behavior. Many dogs do this as a way of emotionally cleansing themselves after stressful situations like a vet visit, loud noises, or chaotic environments. This can also be tied to marking territory. Dogs have scent glands in their face area that release subtle odors. When they rub their face on things, they're leaving their signature there. It helps them feel safer and more in control of their environment. In other words, they're saying, "This place is mine, and I feel calm here." If your dog does this, think about any recent changes. They may just be trying to reconnect with something familiar. 5. Howling when alone. Howling is one of the oldest forms of dog communication. When your dog howls while you're gone, it's not just for drama or because they're channeling their inner wolf. They're trying to call you. They're saying, "Where are you? I need you." This is common in dogs who suffer from separation anxiety. The howling is their way of dealing with the emptiness they feel without you. It can also be a cry for help. Dogs that are deeply attached to their humans and aren't used to being alone may feel emotionally lost when left by themselves. In this case, the howling isn't just noise, it's a message full of emotion. If it happens regularly, it's a clear sign your dog needs help feeling safe even when you're not around. That takes empathy, patience, and gradual emotional training. 6. Repeatedly placing their paw on you. When your dog keeps putting their paw on you, it might seem like a cute little habit, but there's a lot of emotional language behind it. They might be seeking attention, asking for affection, or simply reinforcing the bond between you. In that moment, it's like they're saying, "I'm here. Are you with me?" That physical touch is deeply comforting for dogs. Dogs are also very sensitive to how we're feeling. If they sense you're sad or anxious, they might place their paw on you as a way to offer support. It's a gesture full of empathy. That constant contact also helps release oxytocin, the love hormone, in both the dog and the human. So when it happens, take a moment to check in with yourself. Often, your dog is just responding to what's in your heart. 7. Sniffing your face intensely. A dog's nose is their main tool for understanding the world, including you. When they intensely sniff your face, they're reading how you feel. Dogs can detect changes in your hormones, like higher cortisol levels from stress or a spike in oxytocin when you're happy or calm. It might feel a little intrusive, but to them, it's a powerful form of emotional connection. It's more than curiosity, it's care. Many dogs do this when they notice something different in you, a mood shift, illness, or even after you've been crying. They lean in and sniff closely, like they're trying to figure out what's happening with you. It's a silent but powerful form of canine empathy. Responding with affection makes your bond even stronger. 8. Light tremors even at rest. Light, almost unnoticeable tremors in dogs can easily go unnoticed, but they reveal a lot about how your dog is feeling emotionally. When a dog trembles while lying down or resting, it could be a sign of stress relief. It's as if their body is releasing stored tension. After a long walk, a vet visit, or a moment of anxiety, these tremors can help bring emotional balance back. This kind of trembling can also mean restrained excitement or an internal self-regulation process. If the environment is calm and your dog seems relaxed, they might just be processing the day's emotions. But if the tremors are constant or come with signs of fear, like tucked ears or a lowered tail, it's worth looking into what might be causing the discomfort. More than a physical symptom, it could be a silent cry for emotional support. 9. Constantly following you around the house. When your dog follows you from room to room, it's not just boredom or curiosity. It's their way of saying with their body that they feel safe with you. Dogs are social animals, and many form deep attachments to their humans. This behavior is especially common in dogs who see you as their main source of safety, love, and guidance. It's like they're saying, "As long as you're here, I'm okay." On the flip side, this clinginess can also be a sign of insecurity or fear of being alone. Some dogs start doing this after changes in routine, trauma, or long absences. Following you becomes a way to make sure you won't suddenly disappear. It shows how much they see you as their emotional anchor. Helping your dog feel comfortable in another room, even without you, is a step toward building their confidence. 10. Sitting on your legs or lying on top of you. When a dog sits on your legs or lies directly on top of you, they're seeking closeness and protection. This behavior is common in dogs with a secure attachment to their humans. They don't just want to be near you, they want to feel your presence with their whole body. This contact helps release feel-good hormones like oxytocin, strengthening the emotional bond between you. Lying on you can also be their way of saying, "You're my safe place." During moments of fear, insecurity, or anxiety, being on top of you can make the outside world fade away. Your dog feels sheltered, protected, wrapped in comfort. So even if it's a bit uncomfortable for you sometimes, know that this gesture carries deep emotional meaning. It's one of the strongest signs of trust and affection a dog can show. 11. Eating grass. Eating grass is a behavior with many possible meanings. A lot of people assume it means stomach issues, or that the dog is trying to throw up, but that's not always true. Healthy dogs eat grass too, and often it's tied to emotional needs. Some experts believe this habit is a form of self-regulation, a way for dogs to deal with stress, anxiety, or boredom. It may also connect to ancient instincts, like seeking digestive balance or simply enjoying the texture and smell of grass. But if your dog eats grass compulsively or in an agitated manner, it's a red flag. They might be trying to cope with something they can't express in any other way. Observing the context before, during, and after can help you figure out if it's emotional, physical, or a mix of both. 12th, yawning at unusual times. Yawning in dogs doesn't always mean they're tired. When your dog yawns during tense moments, changes in routine, or social interactions, they're clearly communicating, "I'm trying to stay calm." This is one of the subtlest forms of canine body language, and it's often overlooked. In new environments, during scolding, or when meeting another dog, yawning is a way to keep the peace, a non-confrontational signal. Besides stress relief, yawning can also mean your dog is feeling pressured or uncomfortable. If it happens often in specific situations, like being hugged or being surrounded by lots of people, it could be their way of asking for space. Recognizing this shows your dog you understand their emotional language, helping to create a more respectful and connected relationship. 13. Low, subtle growling. Many pet owners get scared when their dog growls, but a growl, especially a low, controlled one, isn't necessarily a sign of aggression. It's actually one of the most respectful warnings a dog can give. When they growl in certain situations, they're saying, "Something doesn't feel right. Please respect my space." It's honest communication, not a direct threat. Ignoring a growl can make your dog feel unheard and forced to escalate their reaction. That's why it's essential to respond with empathy and try to understand what's bothering them. Maybe a toy was taken too roughly, they were touched in a sensitive area, or someone nearby is making them uncomfortable. Respecting these boundaries strengthens trust and helps avoid unnecessary conflict. Listening to a growl means listening to your dog's heart asking for care. 14. Burying toys or food. Around the house, when your dog tries to hide toys, bones, or treats, it's not just play. This behavior comes from the survival instincts of their ancestors, who buried food to save it for later. But in a domestic setting, this action can reveal deeper emotions, like insecurity, anxiety, or even possessiveness. It's as if your dog is saying, "I need to make sure this stays mine." This behavior is common after changes in the household, the arrival of new pets, or frequent guests. The dog may feel like things are unpredictable and try to protect what matters to them. Watching where and when they do this can reveal what's making them uneasy. And again, it's not about the toy, it's about what it emotionally represents: safety, control, and even love. 15. Staring deeply into your eyes. This is one of the most powerful gestures your dog can offer. When they look directly into your eyes for a long time, without fear or hesitation, they're building an emotional bridge with you. This deep gaze releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both of you, just like it does between mothers and babies. It's a silent declaration of trust, affection, and connection. For many dogs, staring into your eyes is how they tune into your emotions. They read your eyes to know how you're feeling. If you're sad, worried, or happy, your dog notices and responds with that intense look. It's as if they're asking, "Are you okay?" Responding with a gentle look, a touch, or affection deepens the magical bond between you and your dog, a bond like no other. Now that you understand what your dog is really trying to say, imagine how many messages you're still missing every day. Every gesture, every sound, every look could be carrying a deep emotion you haven't yet learned to recognize. And trust us, the more connected you become, the more they'll reveal. If your dog does something we talked about today, tell us in the comments. Your story could help other pet parents too. And if you want to keep learning how to understand what's going on in your best friend's heart, subscribe to the channel and check out the video on screen now. It'll show you even more signs you may have never noticed before.